Hey, hey, what's really going on? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Today, I'm taking a look at XRP against the US dollar tether on the Binance chart. Going to be taking a look at Ripple's price action and technical perspectives moving forward. Some key levels I believe we might interact with in the near future here. There's lots going on fundamentally and technically that need to be kind of addressed before taking a position here. There's like a lot of dramatic new price action and volume coming into these price action and movements that we need to kind of be assessing. So, jumping right into it, we have this insane consolidation jumping aggressively between this ridiculous range between a swing high of 77 cents and dramatically all the way down to 17 cents for like, you know, a good, realistically, like 134 days before we finally broke out between November of 2020 all the way through to April 3rd of 2021. So, not too long ago, we broke out from this insane, ridiculous range, this disgusting resistance up at kind of 70 cents above like kind of 60 cents was pretty significant, but until we flew dramatically through it all the way up to 90 cents, bounced off it, and we've been kind of rallying sort of ever since. We appear to be approaching another swing high, exhausting at this sort of top here, local top, and we appear to be retracing. So from a technical kind of perspective, I do believe we're overbought slightly, and we might be kind of coming down. Traders might take profit here, and we could see a quick dip for another buy opportunity. But, there's a lot of fundamental aspects that could cause this to kind of like, double or triple in the next kind of couple days here. So there's lots going on at all times in the crypto sphere, but with XRP, there's been a lot of consolidation and a lot of buy pressure and accumulation, and overall, fundamentally in the long term, XRP has been kind of waiting for its moment to pump, and it appears to be kind of at its stages. We slap on EngineeringRobo along with some Fibba zombie levels here, Fibonacci tool, used to see the kind of swing high and a potential zone we could kind of retrace to if we kind of as we get kind of rejected from $1.52, 53 cents kind of there. We could come down to $1.21 something, and kind of if we hold support, I believe that would be kind of more short-term bullish. We have the super buy, buy 3, buy 4, all the way back in like October of 2020. We have these buy signals through to November. We spike all the way up to 77 cents, dip again, consolidate. We have all these buy signals coming back into play, and we're now appear to be just kind of exhausting here at this kind of aggressive uptrend. So we're here, we're pumping since the 4th of April, I guess, to kind of now, and like yesterday, we're up 157%. Which is very, very significant in kind of very kind of quick succession. And so some downside or some short-term kind of sideways, I believe, is kind of key from like a kind of technical kind of span point. But fundamentally, there's kind of like so much going on. If you take a look at XRP against the price of Bitcoin, we see we have a clear breakout of this descending trend line here. And we found support along this range of 886 Satoshi and 829 kind of thing. Found support, retested it almost, skyrocketed all the way past this 1531 Satoshi level. That was kind of key resistance, I guess, back in February. And so we seem to be creating a higher high relative to that swing high, and kind of significantly relevant to this sort of dip and support around this December here of 2020. We interacted with this sort of like 2200 kind of level here. This appears to be a level of significance that we could interact with over the course of the short term. We could have a price action similar to that, kind of like along these upper kind of parts here. But this does appear to be a clear breakout. We slap on EngineeringRobo, and we see a new perspective come into play. Buy 4, Moon, all coming in. This breakout here. Cloud buy now finally coming in as we're closing above this 200 moving average. These orange lines here are EngineeringRobo's support and resistance. We have, hopefully, if we can find support kind of along these levels between, I guess, 2541 Satoshi and 2199, that would be far more short-term bullish, but we could easily come down to kind of the 2000 to 1900 kind of range to find support down there, wick down there a little bit. That's definitely a potential, as traders will be taking profits at their kind of key levels. But there's tons of buy signals coming in, tons of pressure gaining against Bitcoin. But we are up a lot in the short term, so some sell-off or sideways could be necessary for the next kind of blast off here. But long term, we could see the multi-dollar to $10 XRP kind of very quickly. But at the same time, some retracements I believe are going to be necessary. We have kind of a 27 sort of percent relative kind of pullback within this kind of candle. So as this candle kind of opened, it could have sort of dropped a good 12% after it's open, and then skyrocketed 20% past its open. So these kind of retracements could come back and forth at any point in time. We have candles back here closing up and down above 70%. So anything could happen. Lots going on. These Fibonacci levels are going to be pretty key. I believe $1.20 and perhaps $1.10 is going to be really significant. $1 overall is going to be a pretty key milestone to hold as support long term, unless we, kind of skyrocket. Prices could easily bounce between this range, or we could have a volatile kind of bounce above this range, kind of keep spiking up into the kind of multi-dollar sort of range here, and have a kind of more volatile kind of XRP over the next kind of coming weeks. But the kind of volume in these kind of moves here aren't really kind of too significant relative to kind of this kind of volume candle, but it does kind of line up with these kind of volume candles in February and in January that do have some significance. So this is some decent kind of volume, but I'm not sure if it is enough to kind of hold it at this kind of overbought kind of range. Prices could very well come back down to the sort of like 0.618 level here, around $1. If we hold $1, that would be far more long-term bullish, in my opinion. But the explosiveness of Bitcoin, or explosiveness of XRP and Bitcoin, cannot be left out of kind of consideration. But a more bearish consolidation would bring us below $1, back to like maybe around 75 cents, that kind of round level, before we take off again. But this would be a more gradual, natural reaccumulation. But you never know. You never know with XRP. XRP fundamentally, long term, like I said, is definitely a good buy. But in the short term, could very well kind of come down as we are overbought. This is a very significant candle in a very short amount of time. A good 43% in a day. Combine it with the next one, 72% in 2 days, and we're up, 133% in a week. So I mean, this is very overbought, very short amount of time. Say we take a look at Bitcoin. We take a look at the price of Bitcoin, and we kind of see kind of new perspective here. If I let these Fibonacci levels drop, we have lots going on. I believe we're going to interact with this kind of key range, and there's going to be a very volatile kind of movement. We're getting squeezed very tight into this very tiny triangular range that we've been kind of bouncing back and forth ever so, we've been bouncing back and forth between this tight range for quite some time, since I guess February of 2021. We have the buy and sell signals kind of flipping back and forth as there's tons of pressure in each direction within these moves. But overall, bullishness of Bitcoin is overly abundant, but we still have a sell 4 and a sell 3 present on the daily chart. Technically, there is a moon still present, though. There has not been a hell yet. This hell was back in February, but there's a moon in March, and so technically, hell has not shown up again. We have a moon. We have a sell 3 or sell 4 still, so some sideways is still apparent, but there's lots going on fundamentally for Bitcoin that's going to send it to new all-time highs, I'm sure, very soon. But at a technical standpoint, we are overbought, and there is some really ridiculous resistance up at the 60K here. We're getting just beat and battered back down every time we get near it, kind of thing. But the longer Bitcoin is sideways, the angrier it gets, and the more displeased it will be, and the more volatile its movement is likely to be. And so, thank you for tuning in to my analysis. Look out for the breakouts here. There's lots going on fundamentally and technically with XRP at the moment. Price action could be very aggressive, very significant. We could bounce along in this range for quite some time, or perhaps kind of double. I suspect a pullback. I would like a pullback, some good buy opportunities. If things were to like naturally reaccumulate over the course of like a couple weeks, that would be far more long-term bullish, in my opinion, as retracements and pullbacks are key for the trend long-term. Check out all the social media down below. Subscribe here on YouTube. Try EngineeringRobo free, link in the description, and tune in for the next one.